Hey guys, tonight we're exploring ancient artifacts in this world that defy all explanation. From impossible precision in stone to metallic objects that shouldn't exist for millennia. And even maps depicting continents before their discovery. These finds rewrite history as we know it. These aren't just myths or legends. These are real, documented mysteries that archaeologists and historians still struggle to understand. How were they built? Who made them? And perhaps the most unsettling question of all, what else is still out there, waiting to be found? From colossal stone blocks no modern crane could lift to ancient maps detailing forgotten lands, we'll uncover secrets that hint at a past far more complex than we've been told. So, before diving deep into some of the strangest out-of-place artifacts of the ancient world, take a moment to like the video and subscribe if you enjoy our content. And tell us in the comments where you're watching from and what time it is. It's always a joy to see how many people from around the world are ready for this journey. Now, dim the lights, close your eyes, feel your body deeply relax, leaving the tiring day behind, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. Our journey begins with the baffling precision of the Antikythera mechanism, a device so complex it rewrites our understanding of ancient Greek technology. But as impressive as its gears and functions are, it sits alongside something far older and far stranger. The sheer scale of ancient engineering that challenges every known tool and technique. The real mystery lies not just in the objects themselves, but in the questions they force us to ask. How could ancient civilizations achieve such feats without modern tools? What knowledge have we lost? And what does it mean for our place in history when the past hints at technologies and understandings beyond our own? The quest to answer that question opens up a fascinating debate. Now, let's begin our gentle exploration of the physical evidence, the striking anomalies, and the enduring problems that no conventional explanation seems to solve. You've settled in now, the day's concerns drifting away like ancient dust motes caught in a sunbeam. And as you embrace this quiet moment, a profound question begins to emerge from the shadows of history. We've spoken of artifacts that defy explanation, but what exactly does it mean for an object to be out of place? These are what many researchers call Ooparts, out-of-place artifacts. Imagine discovering a sophisticated microchip buried deep within a Roman ruin, or a perfect miniature jet engine carved by a culture known only for its primitive stone tools. That's the essence of an Oopart. These are objects, technologies, or depictions found in archaeological contexts where they simply shouldn't exist according to our conventional understanding of history. They appear to be anachronistic, thousands or even tens of thousands of years ahead of their time, challenging the carefully constructed timelines of human technological and intellectual development. For generations, our textbooks have told a linear story. Early humans using simple stone tools, gradually progressing to bronze, then iron, slowly building up knowledge and complex societies over vast stretches of time. But what if that story, while mostly true, is incomplete? What if there are chapters missing, erased by time, cataclysm, or perhaps simply overlooked? Ooparts whisper of these missing chapters. They suggest that our ancient ancestors might have possessed knowledge, technologies, or even received guidance that mainstream history has yet to acknowledge. These aren't just curiosities. They are profound anomalies that force us to reconsider everything we thought we knew about early human capabilities. Were the ancient Egyptians truly alone when they engineered the precise angles of the pyramids? Did the builders of Stonehenge learn their astronomical alignments purely through observation, Or was there a deeper, forgotten science at play? As you relax deeper into this journey, allow your mind to gently consider this. If humanity was capable of such astounding feats thousands of years ago, feats we sometimes struggle to replicate even with our modern resources, what does that say about our past? Does it imply lost civilizations far more advanced than imagined? Or does it open the door to an even grander, more mysterious possibility? That we were not alone in our intellectual evolution. That perhaps ancient humans had interactions, assistance, or even inherited knowledge from sources beyond our planet. This isn't about sensationalism, dear listener. It's about a calm, open-minded exploration of physical evidence that whispers a different story than the one we've been told. It's about finding peace in the vastness of what we don't know, and embracing the gentle wonder that comes from contemplating a past far richer and far more complex than simple narratives allow. Imagine the desert sands, slowly uncovering something gleaming, something utterly alien to its surroundings. Feel the weight of the stone, perfectly cut, fitting so precisely it feels almost impossible to human hands of that era. This is the feeling of Ooparts, a profound sense of mystery that invites contemplation, not fear. These artifacts ask us to expand our imagination, to gently push the boundaries of what we believe possible. They challenge the idea of isolated human ingenuity and provoke us to consider a world where knowledge might flow in currents we have yet to fully chart. They invite us to let go of rigid historical doctrines and float into a realm of what if. So, as the world outside fades further, we embark on this serene exploration, not to find definitive answers, but to marvel at the questions themselves. To allow the sheer presence of these ancient enigmas to lull us into a state of reflective peace, understanding that the greatest mysteries often offer the deepest calm. The journey ahead will present specific examples, each a gentle wave of wonder washing over the shores of our historical assumptions. Each artifact will serve as a point of contemplation, guiding you deeper into relaxation, deeper into the beautiful unknown. We are simply observers tonight, allowing these ancient voices to tell their story as you drift towards a dream-filled sleep. As you continue to drift, letting the deeper currents of history guide your thoughts. We turn now to the first truly astonishing category of Ooparts, those testaments to a precision beyond primitivism. These are artifacts that speak of ancient engineering and machining marvels, suggesting a level of technological sophistication that utterly redefines our historical narratives. Prepare to delve into creations that challenge the very timeline of human ingenuity and invite a profound sense of wonder. Our journey into this realm begins with perhaps one of the most famous and baffling of all out-of-place artifacts, the Antikythera mechanism, discovered over a century ago in 1901 by brave sponge divers exploring a Roman shipwreck off the coast of the Greek island of Antikythera. This intricate device, retrieved from the dark, cold depths, appeared to be a complex array of bronze gears and dials, corroded and encrusted by millennia beneath the waves. At first glance, and for many years after, it seemed utterly impossible. The ship itself dated back to around 60 BC. Yet this artifact resembled nothing short of a sophisticated clockwork mechanism, an intricate astronomical calculator of astounding complexity. How could such a thing exist in such an ancient era? Imagine, for a moment, the quiet awe that must have settled upon those who first painstakingly cleaned and studied these corroded lumps of metal. Piece by painstaking piece, what slowly emerged from those encrusted fragments was not a simple tool, but a highly sophisticated analog computer. designed with breathtaking foresight and engineering to predict astronomical positions and eclipses decades in advance. Its complexity was unparalleled for its presumed era, causing historians, astronomers, and scientists alike to completely reassess the true capabilities of ancient Greek civilization, and by extension, the entire ancient world. Think about that for a moment. This wasn't just a basic sundial offering a rudimentary tracking of time, nor a simple astrolabe for navigation, or even a philosophical model to illustrate celestial movements. The Antikythera mechanism featured dozens of interlocking bronze gears, some incredibly small and thin, mere millimeters in thickness, all arranged with a level of precision that would not be seen again in human history for another 1,500 years. Its craftsmanship far surpassed anything known to have existed until the sophisticated mechanical clocks of medieval Europe began to emerge, centuries later. It forces us to question what other similar wonders might have been lost forever. Its main dial, a marvel in itself, showed the precise position of the sun and moon, accurately tracking their movements through the zodiac. But it went far beyond that. Other intricately designed dials and pointers displayed the complex, often non-uniform cycles of the planets known at the time Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. What's more, it could even accurately predict the occurrence of lunar and solar eclipses, leveraging the ancient astronomical knowledge of the Saros cycle. This wasn't just passive observation. This was advanced, dynamic, predictive modeling, all contained within a single, portable device, encased in bronze. Close your eyes and visualize this masterpiece of ancient engineering. Imagine the skilled hands that crafted these gears, each tooth perfectly formed, each wheel precisely aligned to mesh with another in a symphony of ancient mechanics. Consider the brilliant, almost visionary minds that conceived such a complex system of epicyclic gearing, a system that ingeniously allowed the mechanism to simulate the often irregular, non-uniform movements of the moon and planets across the sky, compensating for their elliptical orbits. This wasn't just theoretical knowledge whispered among philosophers. This was practical, applied science of the highest order, requiring an exceptional understanding of advanced mathematics, kinematics, precision engineering, astronomy, and metallurgy. The ability to precisely cast and machine such delicate components from bronze, and then assemble them into a functional, highly accurate device, speaks volumes about a lost technological prowess that defies our conventional understanding. How could a civilization living over 2 millennia ago, without modern factories, precision tools, or even a widely understood theory of mechanical advantage, create something so astonishingly advanced? Mainstream historical accounts place the origins of such intricate gear trains, and the deep understanding of the principles they embody, much, much later in human history. Yet, here, miraculously preserved by the ocean, was undeniable proof that the ancient Greeks possessed an understanding of mechanics and astronomy that dramatically challenges every established textbook. It speaks to a lost chapter of innovation, a forgotten lineage of mechanical genius that flourished, perhaps long before we gave it credit, a testament to an intellect we are only beginning to truly appreciate. The very existence of the Antikythera mechanism forces us to ask profound questions that gently stir the calm waters of our historical assumptions. Was this a unique invention, a singular stroke of genius, lost to time and accident, perhaps the work of one exceptional individual? Or was it representative of a broader, more advanced technological culture that simply left fewer traces? If such a device existed, capable of such complex calculations and astronomical predictions. What other marvels might have been conceived, built, and then swallowed by the sands of time, consumed by cataclysms, or simply eroded beyond recognition, waiting silently to be unearthed? This single artifact alone strongly suggests that the ancient world was far from as technologically primitive as we often assume. It hints at bustling workshops filled with exceptionally skilled artisans, perhaps even dedicated engineers and pioneering scientists who understood principles of mechanics, material science, and celestial movements that we long believed were only discovered centuries, if not millennia, later by different civilizations. It paints a vivid picture of a past where the lines between simple craftsmanship and sophisticated engineering were far blurrier and perhaps far more advanced than our conventional historical narratives allow. It whispers of secrets yet to be revealed, of a history far richer than we can currently grasp. The Antikythera mechanism invites us to a quiet, profound contemplation, encouraging us to broaden our understanding of ancient capabilities and to question the narratives we have inherited. It stands as a silent challenge to our assumptions, prompting us to wonder about the true scope of lost knowledge and forgotten achievements. As we gently move past this marvel, let its intricate gears and profound implications settle deeply in your mind. Let the sheer how of it echo softly, inviting you to wonder just how much of our ancient past remains hidden, waiting to be rediscovered, waiting to rewrite our understanding of human ingenuity itself. This mechanism is more than an artifact. It is a gateway, a silent guide leading us into a deeper appreciation of the lost precision of ancient times. It assures us that there is far more to uncover, far more to dream about as you drift further into relaxation, considering the limitless possibilities of a truly magnificent and mysterious ancient world. The quiet revolution ignited by this single mechanism sets the stage for even more startling discoveries. It's a powerful testament to the fact that the further back we look, the more complex, the more intriguing, and the more astonishing the story of humanity truly becomes. This initial glimpse into ancient engineering merely opens the door to a sprawling landscape of forgotten wonders, waiting patiently for your imagination to explore. As the echoes of the Antikythera mechanism fade gently into your thoughts, letting its intricate gears inspire a quiet contemplation of ancient genius, we now drift to another remarkable and equally baffling artifact, the Baghdad Battery, discovered in 1936 near the city of Baghdad, within the ruins of a Parthian village dating back to around 250 BC to 250 AD. This curious object presents a silent challenge to our understanding of ancient electrical knowledge. Imagine an unassuming terracotta jar, approximately 5.5 inches tall, found alongside other ancient relics. Inside this jar, archaeologists discovered a copper cylinder, and within that, an iron rod. The top was sealed with asphalt, and the iron rod was suspended in the center of the copper cylinder without touching it. To modern eyes, this configuration immediately suggests a familiar structure, that of a simple galvanic cell, or what we commonly call a battery. Consider the implications. If this indeed was a functioning battery, it would mean that ancient civilizations, centuries before Galvani and Volta, possessed a rudimentary, yet profound, understanding of electrochemistry. They would have known how to generate an electrical current. The question then becomes, for what purpose? Some theories suggest these batteries might have been used for electroplating, applying thin layers of precious metals like gold onto other objects, a technique that would have given humble artifacts a dazzling, more valuable appearance. Others propose their use in ancient temples, perhaps to generate a mild electric shock for spiritual rituals, enhancing the mystique of a sacred space, or even to power eternal lamps, a recurring theme in ancient legends across various cultures, though definitive proof remains elusive. Close your eyes again and imagine an ancient artisan, not with fire and hammer alone, but with a new, unseen force at their command. Picture them carefully assembling these components: the clay pot, the copper sheet rolled into a cylinder, the iron rod, and the asphalt sealant. Then, the careful addition of an electrolyte, perhaps grape juice, vinegar, or another acidic liquid, readily available in the ancient world. A subtle current flows, a silent energy, potentially harnessed for purposes we are only now beginning to theorize. This isn't the grand scale of the pyramids, but a whisper of subtle, sophisticated knowledge, a forgotten chapter in the story of human innovation. The Baghdad battery, though simple in its construction, is profound in its challenge to our historical timeline of scientific discovery. It suggests that the path of technological advancement might not be as linear as we've been taught, that sparks of brilliance, like these electrical currents, may have flickered in ancient times, only to be extinguished and forgotten, awaiting rediscovery millennia later. It opens a quiet inquiry into the true extent of ancient scientific exploration. From the potential of ancient electricity, we now journey high into the Andean plateau of Bolivia, to a site that speaks not of hidden energy, but of staggering, impossible precision in stone. Puma Punku, this ancient ruin, part of the larger Tiwanaku complex, is perhaps one of the most perplexing architectural enigmas on Earth, causing even seasoned engineers and archaeologists to quietly scratch their heads in wonder. Here, immense blocks of stone, some weighing over 100 tons, lie scattered like forgotten giants' toys. But it's not merely their size that astounds. It is the breathtaking, almost unbelievable precision of their cuts, and the intricate way they were designed to interlock. Many of these stones are made of hard andesite and diorite, materials incredibly difficult to carve even with modern steel tools, let alone the bronze and stone tools typically attributed to the Tiwanaku civilization around 500 to 1000 AD. Observe, in your mind's eye, the perfectly straight lines, the razor-sharp internal and external angles, the perfectly flat surfaces, and the small, precise holes drilled into these hard stones. Many blocks feature complex H-shaped and I-shaped cuts, some barely a millimeter wide, designed to fit together with adjacent blocks like an impossibly intricate three-dimensional jigsaw puzzle, or perhaps a colossal ancient Lego set. These interlocking mechanisms would have provided incredible stability, creating structures impervious to earthquakes and time, yet the means of their creation remains a profound mystery. Imagine trying to replicate these cuts today. Modern stonemasons would require diamond-tipped saws, laser-guided cutting tools, and immense patience. Yet, here at Puma Punku, these ancient builders achieved a level of precision that would put many modern workshops to shame. How did they achieve such consistent, perfect cuts across such vast and hard stones? The level of accuracy suggests not simply brute force, but an advanced understanding of geometry, engineering principles, and perhaps a lost technology for cutting and shaping stone that we can no longer comprehend. Consider the sheer scale of the operation, moving these enormous blocks of stone, some weighing as much as 25 African elephants, from quarries miles away, then hoisting them into place with such exactitude demands an explanation that eludes conventional understanding. There is no evidence of ramps, rollers, or sufficient manpower to explain these feats using known ancient technologies. It's as if they had access to anti-gravity devices or powerful, forgotten machinery that could slice through solid rock like butter. This isn't merely exceptional craftsmanship. It's a demonstration of what appears to be advanced machining, not unlike what we see in a modern factory setting, but applied to colossal stone. The uniformity of the H-blocks, for example, suggests mass production, or at least a standardized template and highly sophisticated tools to replicate the same complex shape repeatedly. This level of standardization and precision is generally associated with industrial age capabilities, not with a society presumed to be without a writing system or the wheel for transport. As you allow the images of these impossibly carved stones to settle within your mind, let the quiet questions linger. Who were these master engineers? What lost tools or methods did they employ to achieve such perfection? Did they possess a knowledge of physics or mechanics that has since been forgotten? Puma Punku stands as a silent, yet imposing, monument to an unknown past, a testament to ancient capabilities that stretch the boundaries of our historical imagination. It softly encourages us to reconsider the ingenuity and perhaps the origin of the builders of our distant past. The Baghdad battery and the megalithic precision of Puma Punku, while vastly different in scale and presumed purpose, both whisper the same profound truth. The ancient world held secrets of engineering and technology far beyond what our textbooks currently acknowledge. They are not isolated anomalies, but pieces of a larger tapestry, hinting at a forgotten legacy of innovation, inviting us to delve deeper into the quiet mysteries of our shared history. And as you continue to relax, allow these wonders to gently guide you into a state of peaceful contemplation. As the monumental precision of Puma Punku settles within your meditative thoughts, leaving you to ponder the immense challenges those ancient builders must have overcome, we continue our journey into the realm of precision beyond primitivism. Our focus now shifts to other enigmatic examples that further challenge the conventional timelines of human technological development, inviting a deeper sense of wonder about our ancient past. We journey first to the mystical lands of ancient India, where whispers of flying machines echo through sacred texts. Imagine, if you will, a time when humans gazed at the skies not just with wonder, but with a knowledge that allowed them to conceive of flight itself. In ancient Indian Sanskrit texts, particularly the Vamanic Shastra, we encounter detailed descriptions of Vimana's ancient flying machines. These aren't mere mythical creatures soaring on feathered wings. These are highly sophisticated aerial vehicles, often described as chariots or palaces, that could travel through the air, and even, according to some interpretations, through space and underwater. The Vamanic Shastra, a text purportedly revealed through ancient wisdom, delves into the construction, operation, and even the principles of propulsion for these Vimanas. It describes various types of metals and alloys suitable for their construction, methods for building propulsion systems that defy gravity, and even strategies for their use in warfare. While modern scholars often debate the literal interpretation of these texts, classifying them as mythological or allegorical, the sheer level of detail and the specific scientific principles hinted at are profoundly intriguing. Consider the precision required to conceptualize and describe such advanced machinery without a seemingly corresponding technological base. The text speaks of anti-gravity devices, intricate control panels, and the ability to make a Vimana invisible. Whether these were actual machines or advanced theoretical constructs, the intellect capable of articulating such complex ideas in an ancient era speaks volumes. It suggests a knowledge of aerodynamics, metallurgy, and energy sources that far exceeds what we typically attribute to civilizations of that period. It's a quiet whisper from the past, reminding us that innovation might not always follow the linear path we assume, and that some knowledge, perhaps, was once possessed, then lost to the mists of time. Allow your mind to gently envision these magnificent vimanas gliding silently through ancient skies, a testament to an imagination, or perhaps an actual science, that stretched far beyond the confines of conventional history. This intricate blend of engineering, material science, and physics, described in these ancient texts, stands as a profound apart in itself. A testament to an intellectual precision that seems utterly out of place for its time. Now, as we slowly drift from the awe-inspiring thought of ancient flight, we return to a more grounded, yet equally perplexing, form of precision, bringing us back to the land of the pharaohs, ancient Egypt. For centuries, the colossal pyramids and grand temples have captivated us. But it is in the subtle details, the seemingly impossible craftsmanship of smaller, yet equally significant, artifacts, that the true mystery deepens. Our focus now turns to the fine craftsmanship of Egyptian sarcophagi, particularly their lids, which consistently reveal a level of manufacturing precision that baffles modern experts. Imagine yourself standing before a perfectly preserved granite sarcophagus. While its sheer size is impressive, it's the surface finish that truly mesmerizing. The internal surfaces, the lid, the corners, all exhibit an almost impossibly smooth, perfectly flat, and often mirror-like finish. The internal corners, in particular, are executed with such razor-sharp, perfect 90-degree angles that it is virtually impossible to achieve using the known tools of the ancient Egyptians, such as copper chisels, bronze saws, or dolerite pounding balls. Think about the material itself, granite, one of the hardest stones on earth. To cut, shape, and polish granite to such an exacting degree of flatness and internal angular perfection demands tools far more advanced than anything we attribute to dynastic Egypt. Modern stonemasons, even with diamond-tipped tools and laser guidance, would find it a formidable challenge to replicate the uniformity and lack of tool marks evident on some of these ancient sarcophagi. There are no signs of grinding or sanding, no unevenness, just pure, unadulterated precision. How could these ancient craftsmen achieve such feats? Some suggest a lost art of abrasion, perhaps using precise slurries of sand and water with unknown techniques. Others speculate about a forgotten technology, a method for softening stone or employing advanced cutting mechanisms that have been lost to history. The absence of visible tool marks, combined with the extreme hardness of the material and the geometric perfection, suggests a manufacturing process that goes beyond simple manual labor, even highly skilled manual labor. It hints at a form of ancient machining, a refined process that allowed for unparalleled accuracy. Consider the incredible flatness of these surfaces. Imagine trying to create a perfectly flat surface, measured to within microns, across a vast stone lid weighing many tons. This requires not only precision cutting, but also a deep understanding of measurement and calibration that we typically associate with much later periods of scientific development. It is as if the ancient Egyptians had access to planar precision tools that could skim layers of granite with almost atomic accuracy. These sarcophagi lids, with their silent testimony to inexplicable precision, force us to gently reassess our assumptions about ancient capabilities. They are not merely containers for the deceased. They are puzzles in stone, challenging us to look beyond the obvious and to consider the possibility of a forgotten technology. The perfection of their angles, the flawless finish of their surfaces, all point to a knowledge and a mastery over materials that seems utterly out of place, defying simple explanations. The Vimanas of ancient India and the perfectly crafted sarcophagi of Egypt, though disparate in origin and form, converge on a single, profound truth: that our ancient ancestors possessed engineering and machining marvels that transcend our current understanding. They represent an era where precision was achieved through means yet unknown, pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible. As you continue to gently drift, allow these images of forgotten brilliance to guide you deeper into a peaceful contemplation of history's true, untold story. As you comfortably settle deeper, letting the mysteries of immense stones and ancient flying concepts gently swirl in your mind, we now shift our serene exploration to a new, equally astonishing realm: metals that whisper secrets. This category of out-of-place artifacts delves into objects crafted from metals or with metallurgical techniques that seem utterly beyond the capabilities of their supposed eras, hinting at a lost science of materials and an unexpected level of craftsmanship. Our first stop on this metallic journey takes us far across the continents to the ancient lands of Colombia, where a series of fascinating golden artifacts have captivated researchers for decades. These are the small, exquisite Quimbaya artifacts, often referred to as the Colombian gold airplanes or Pajaro de Oro, golden birds, discovered primarily in pre-Columbian burial sites. These zoomorphic figures, crafted from tumbaga, a gold-copper alloy, date back as far as 500 to 800 AD. While often classified as stylized animals, their striking forms possess features that have sparked a profound and gentle debate among archaeologists, engineers, and curious minds alike. Imagine holding one of these small, shimmering golden objects in your hand. Many feature triangular, delta wing-like structures, vertical stabilizers, reminiscent of a modern airplane's tail fin, and even what appear to be rudimentary landing gear or cockpit-like shapes. If you were to observe them without prior knowledge, free from historical assumptions, their resemblance to contemporary aircraft is undeniably striking. They seem to possess an unmistakable aerodynamic design, a precision of form that goes beyond mere artistic representation of a bird or fish. Mainstream archaeology typically identifies them as representations of local fauna, perhaps insects, birds, or fish, crafted with artistic license. Yet, the persistent question remains: why do they so closely mimic the principles of flight that we only understood scientifically in the last century or two? Several independent analyses, including wind tunnel tests on scaled-up models, have suggested that these golden airplanes are, in fact, aerodynamically sound. Replicas, when thrown or even fitted with small motors, demonstrate remarkably stable flight characteristics, soaring and gliding with an unexpected grace. This is particularly true when considering the almost perfect placement of their wings, the slender fuselage, and the vertical tail surfaces which, together, allow for stable yaw and pitch control, essential elements of sustained flight. It is this functional design, rather than mere decorative stylization, that deeply puzzles those who study them. This raises a quiet, yet profound, question. How could ancient artisans, living long before the invention of flight and without any known theoretical understanding of aerodynamics, create objects with such inherent aerodynamic stability? Did they simply stumble upon these shapes through an intuitive understanding of nature? Or were they perhaps inspired by something more direct, something observed in their environment or even in the skies above? Could these not be just stylized animals, but accurate, artistic renditions of actual flying craft that existed or were witnessed in their distant past, perhaps even passed down through generations of oral tradition and artistic replication. The precision of their form, the deliberate shaping of these golden pieces to harness the unseen forces of the air, whispers of a forgotten knowledge, a connection to the science of flight that challenges our conventional historical timeline. Allow this image to gently settle in your mind. Ancient people crafting golden models, perhaps inspired by visitors from another world, or by a lost, highly advanced civilization that once traversed the skies. The meticulous craftsmanship, the careful alloying of gold and copper into tumbaga, and the precise shaping to achieve aerodynamic properties, all speak to an astonishing level of metallurgical skill and an engineering intuition that seems truly out of place for their era. They are a tangible invitation to reconsider the boundaries of ancient human capabilities and the true sources of their inspiration. As we gently glide away from the shimmering gold of Colombia, we travel north to a vastly different, yet equally enigmatic, metallic artifact, the Nebra sky disk. Discovered in 1999 near Nebra, Germany, this bronze disk, adorned with gold symbols, dates back an astonishing 3,600 years to the European Bronze Age, making it one of the oldest known concrete depictions of cosmic phenomena worldwide. Its very existence and the advanced astronomical knowledge it encodes are nothing short of an Oopart in the truest sense. Picture this ancient treasure, a circular bronze plate, roughly 12 inches in diameter, initially a dull, oxidized green, but now carefully conserved to reveal its intricate golden details. Embedded onto its surface are gold applications representing the sun or full moon, a crescent moon, and a cluster of stars, unequivocally identified as the Pleiades constellation. Along the rim, two golden arcs are carefully placed, spanning an angle of 82 degrees, precisely marking the positions of the summer and winter solstices, the annual extremes of the sun's path in the sky from the perspective of its latitude of origin. This meticulous arrangement creates a surprisingly precise calendar and observational function, allowing its users to determine crucial dates for agricultural cycles and religious festivals. Centuries before such sophisticated instruments were thought to exist in Europe, a third, smaller arc, partially preserved, is believed to represent a solar boat, a common motif in ancient Egyptian and Near Eastern mythologies, further hinting at unexpected cultural connections across vast distances and eras, suggesting a shared stream of ancient wisdom. The sophistication of the Nebra sky disk is staggering. For people living in the European Bronze Age, a period generally associated with relatively rudimentary astronomical understanding, the ability to accurately observe, record, and represent such complex celestial movements suggests an advanced level of astronomical knowledge and sustained, systematic observation that challenges all previous assumptions. This wasn't merely looking up at the sky. This was a precise, scientific understanding of celestial cycles, used perhaps for agricultural planning, navigation, or religious ceremonies. It implies a highly organized societal structure capable of supporting dedicated observers and artisans, far more advanced than what has been historically attributed to this period. Imagine the ancient observers, perhaps priests or early astronomers, meticulously tracking the sun's path, noting its highest and lowest points on the horizon over many years. Correlating these observations with the movements of the moon and specific star clusters like the Pleiades, they didn't just see the stars, they understood their patterns, their rhythms, and their practical implications for life on Earth. The Nebra sky disk is not just a decorative object, It is a sophisticated astronomical instrument, a tangible piece of evidence for a forgotten Bronze Age science. The precise positioning of the gold elements, the understanding of the solstices, and the recognition of key constellations all speak to a deep, integrated knowledge of the cosmos. The metallurgy required to create the disc itself is also noteworthy. The disc is made of bronze, an alloy of copper and tin, and the gold symbols are meticulously applied, often by hammering thin sheets of gold onto the bronze. While bronze working was known in this period, the combination of intricate metalwork with such advanced astronomical understanding makes the disc truly stand out. It suggests a culture that valued and invested significant resources in both advanced craftsmanship and rigorous scientific inquiry, a combination that feels remarkably modern in its intellectual ambition. As you reflect on the Nebra sky disk, consider the vast implications. How did these ancient people acquire such precise astronomical knowledge? And why was it so important to them to encode it in such a permanent, beautiful artifact? Was it through generations of patient observation, or did they inherit this wisdom from an even older, more advanced civilization? Did they receive guidance from unexpected sources, perhaps from above, or from distant cultures that exchanged knowledge in ways we have yet to fully comprehend? The disk is a silent, golden testament to the fact that our ancient ancestors were far more observant, far more scientifically adept, and far more connected to the cosmos than we have previously understood. It asks us to humbly reconsider the intellectual capacities of prehistoric cultures and to open our minds to the possibility of lost scientific ages. Both the Columbian gold artifacts and the Nebra sky disk, though separated by vast geographical and temporal distances, share a common thread. They are metals that whisper secrets. They challenge our notions of ancient technology, craftsmanship, and scientific knowledge. They invite us to let go of rigid timelines and to embrace the soothing uncertainty of a past far richer and more mysterious than we could ever imagine. As you drift further, let these golden whispers of ancient science guide you deeper into a state of peaceful contemplation, ready for the next layer of forgotten wonders. As the golden whispers of ancient science from Colombia and Germany gently guide your consciousness deeper into relaxation, we continue our exploration of metals that whisper secrets. This time, we journey to places where not just craftsmanship, but the very existence of metallic objects challenges the foundations of geological and cultural timelines. Prepare to encounter enigmas that push the boundaries of what we deem possible for our ancient Earth. Our next stop takes us to the depths of the Earth in South Africa, to the context of the Ottosdal mines near the town of Klerksdorp. Here, for decades, miners have unearthed hundreds of peculiar, small, metallic spheres embedded in pyrophyllite deposits. What makes these Klerksdorp spheres so profoundly anomalous is not just their almost perfect spherical shape or the parallel grooves etched around their equator, but the geological stratum in which they are found, Precambrian rock, estimated to be an astonishing 2.8 billion years old. Imagine a miner, deep underground, chipping away at rock that predates complex life on Earth, and suddenly encountering a perfectly formed, polished sphere, approximately an inch or two in diameter, often with 3 distinct, parallel grooves running precisely around its center. These aren't crude, naturally occurring nodules. Their consistent shape and markings suggest a deliberate design, a craftsmanship that points to intelligent origin. Yet, the rock layer itself formed billions of years ago, long before even the simplest multicellular organisms. let alone anything capable of crafting such objects, were thought to exist. Close your eyes and try to visualize the immensity of that time frame. 2.8 billion years. Dinosaurs appeared only about 230 million years ago. Our own species, Homo sapiens, emerged a mere 300,000 years ago. For an object with apparent design to be found within rock from the Precambrian era creates a geological anomaly of staggering proportions. If these spheres are indeed artificial, then they rewrite not just human history, but the very timeline of intelligent life on our planet. Who or what could have crafted these objects so impossibly long ago? Mainstream geological explanations suggest these are natural concretions, naturally forming minerals that coalesce into spherical shapes. However, the consistent perfection of the spheres, their often distinct metallic composition, and especially the precise equatorial grooves on many of them, continue to defy a purely naturalistic explanation. These grooves, often described as too regular to be natural, suggest a turning or machining process, implying a technology far beyond any known ancient civilization, or indeed any form of life known to exist in that unimaginably distant epoch. The Klerksdorp spheres invite a profound, calming contemplation of time itself. They ask us to consider the possibility of cycles of life and intelligence far older than our current understanding allows. They whisper of a forgotten past so deep that it borders on the cosmic, urging us to question whether our Earth itself harbors secrets about its earliest intelligent inhabitants that we are only beginning to gently uncover. From the deep time of South African mines, we traverse the globe once more, this time to the high plains of Bolivia, to an archaeological find that equally confounds chronological and cultural boundaries. The Fuente Magna Bowl, discovered in 1950 by a farmer near Lake Titicaca, this large, ceramic bowl is undeniably ancient, its style consistent with the local Tiwanaku culture, dating back to around 2500 BC. However, what makes it an Oopart of extraordinary significance are the peculiar inscriptions found both on its exterior and interior. Imagine a beautifully crafted, slightly crude ceramic bowl, perhaps used for ritualistic purposes. Now, imagine finding within its inner surface, alongside local zoomorphic and anthropomorphic figures, a series of precisely engraved glyphs. These aren't local ancient scripts. These are characters that strongly resemble Sumerian cuneiform and Proto-Sumerian hieroglyphs. Sumerian civilization flourished in Mesopotamia, modern-day Iraq, over 6,000 miles away, and approximately 4,500 to 4,000 years before the Tiwanaku culture reached its peak. The presence of what appears to be Sumerian writing in a pre-Columbian South American artifact creates an astounding cultural and chronological paradox. How could an ancient Bolivian culture have knowledge of a Mesopotamian language and writing system, separated by vast oceans and thousands of years? Mainstream archaeology holds that there was no known contact between these vastly different civilizations during this ancient period. The Fuente Magna Bowl, however, silently suggests otherwise. It hints at an unexpected and inexplicable cultural cross-pollination, a bridge of knowledge spanning continents and millennia that has been completely erased from our history books. Consider the meticulous process required to engrave such distinct and foreign script onto a ceramic bowl. This was not a random doodle. It was a deliberate act of inscription, suggesting that whoever wrote it understood its meaning and significance. It implies either direct contact between Sumerians and early South American cultures, a concept that completely overturns our understanding of ancient navigation and global interaction, or it points to a common, even older, source of knowledge from which both cultures drew? Could there have been an intermediary, a forgotten civilization, or a source of guidance that transmitted this knowledge across the globe? The Fuente Magna Bowl, with its silent, inscribed messages, invites a gentle reflection on the interconnectedness of ancient civilizations. It suggests that our world might have been a much smaller place in the distant past, or that the ways in which knowledge traveled were far more sophisticated and mysterious than we currently imagine. It adds a layer of quiet intrigue to our understanding of human migration, cultural diffusion, and the potential for a shared, forgotten global heritage. These metallic and inscribed enigmas, the Klerksdorp spheres and the Fuente Magna Bowl, represent the second part of our journey into metals that whisper secrets. They push the boundaries of what we understand about ancient materials, lost technologies, and unexpected global connections. They are profound challenges to our conventional timelines, inspiring a calming sense of wonder about the true depth and complexity of Earth's ancient history. As you continue to drift, let these silent testaments to an unknown past settle comfortably in your mind, preparing you for the next layer of extraordinary revelations. As the mysteries of ancient metals softly recede into the tranquil landscape of your mind, prompting quiet wonder about timelines and lost sciences, we now embark on an even grander journey. We turn our gaze to structures of such colossal scale and baffling precision that they seem to defy not just ancient human capability, but almost the very laws of physics as we understand them. Welcome to the realm of stones that speak of giants, megalithic mysteries, and unexplained constructions. These are the monumental testaments, the silent challenges to our understanding of ancient architectural and engineering prowess. Our first stop on this awe-inspiring architectural odyssey takes us to the ancient city of Baalbek. Nestled in the fertile Bekaa Valley of modern-day Lebanon, here lie the ruins of what was once a magnificent Roman temple complex. But beneath and around these later structures, one finds something far older, far more massive, and far more enigmatic: the foundation of a previous, unknown civilization. Within this foundation, particularly in the platform of the Temple of Jupiter, lie the legendary trilithon, 3 colossal dressed stones that are among the largest ever used in any construction in the history of the world. Imagine, for a moment, standing before these giants of stone. Each of the 3 stones of the trilithon measures approximately 63 to 65 feet in length, over 14 feet in height, and around 12 feet in depth. To put that into perspective, each individual stone weighs an estimated 800 to 1,000 tons. 1,000 tons. To lift and precisely place even one of these blocks using modern heavy lifting equipment would be a monumental engineering feat, requiring specialized cranes that barely exist today, let alone thousands of years ago. To do this with 3 such blocks, placing them seamlessly side by side, is simply beyond comprehension with conventionally understood ancient technologies. Close your eyes and visualize the sheer scale. Try to imagine the logistical nightmare, the almost insurmountable challenge of quarrying such immense blocks from a nearby site. The stone of the pregnant woman, or Hajar al-Hibla, a still larger, unfinished block, lies nearby, weighing an estimated 1,200 to 1,500 tons, a testament to even grander, aborted ambitions. Picture the immense effort of detaching these gargantuan pieces from the bedrock, not with explosives or diamond-tipped saws, but with the supposed rudimentary tools of the ancient world. Then, consider the almost impossible task of somehow transporting these megaliths from the quarry, across potentially difficult terrain, to the construction site. No known ancient technology, no rollers, no ramps, no ox carts, no known system of levers and pulleys could possibly explain the movement and precise placement of these stones. It's as if they were moved by forces unknown to us, or by builders possessing capabilities that transcend our current understanding of ancient human limitations. Feel the immense weight of these blocks pressing down, a testament to a forgotten strength or method. The precision of their cut and the perfect fit of the trilithon stones, laid without mortar, speak volumes. They form a wall so seamlessly integrated that even a razor blade can barely be inserted between them. This isn't crude, brute force effort. This is sophisticated, large-scale precision engineering applied to materials of an impossible scale. Think about the careful planning, the meticulous measurements, and the unknown tools that would have been required to achieve such flawless joins. Who were these architects, these engineers, these builders who could command such forces? What methods did they employ to cut and shape these massive stones with such exactitude? The sheer mass and the intricate placement of these blocks prompt a profound question. Were these the works of human hands alone, or did they have assistance, a forgotten technology, or perhaps even a more powerful, non-human influence guiding their efforts? Allow the mystery of Baalbek to gently settle within your mind, a silent, powerful question echoing through the ages. It is a place that truly speaks of giants, not necessarily in stature, but in capability, a testament to a past so grand, so advanced, that it forces us to reconsider the very nature of human achievement. Let the sheer impossibility of it all lull you into a deeper state of wonder and calm. From the colossal grandeur of Baalbek, we now journey high into the thin air of the Andes, to the ancient Incan capital of Cusco, Peru, and to the breathtaking site of Sacsayhuaman. This immense fortress temple complex, perched on a steep hillside overlooking the city, is renowned for its mind-boggling cyclopean and polygonal masonry, a style of construction that stands as another monumental challenge to conventional archaeological explanations. Imagine walking along these incredible walls, feeling the cool, smooth surface of these ancient stones. Here, massive blocks of stone, some weighing dozens, even hundreds of tons, are fitted together with such astonishing precision that not even a sheet of paper can be slipped between them. These aren't simple, rectangular bricks. Many of these stones are irregularly shaped, with multiple angles and convex and concave surfaces, yet they interlock perfectly, like an impossibly complex, three-dimensional jigsaw puzzle. The fit is so exact, so tight, and so stable that no mortar was needed or used. The walls have withstood millennia of powerful earthquakes, a testament to an engineering genius that remains largely unexplained. Close your eyes again and envision these stones. Picture the intricate contours, the smooth, polished surfaces, the perfectly matched curves and angles. Each stone is unique, yet each fits flawlessly into its neighbors, creating a structure of incredible strength and beauty. Try to place yourself there as an ancient builder, attempting to replicate this. How did these ancient builders, without the use of the wheel, without iron tools, and without advanced lifting mechanisms, manage to shape, transport, and perfectly position these gigantic, irregularly shaped stones? The scale of the work, combined with the unparalleled precision, beggars belief. Consider the challenge of shaping just one of these polygonal stones. It would require an intricate understanding of geometry and a precision in measurement that seems almost impossible with the tools available to the Inca, who primarily used bronze and even harder stone tools for carving. To shape not just one, but thousands of such stones all designed to fit together in a complex, three-dimensional matrix, points to a level of craftsmanship and planning that far exceeds what we normally associate with their technological era. It's as if they possessed a method for softening the stone before cutting, or some form of advanced energy tool that could precisely sculpt such contours with ease. The sheer labor involved in shaping one such block, let alone entire walls, would be incomprehensible without some lost technological aid. The mystery deepens when we consider the quarries. While some stones are local, many others, particularly the massive andesite blocks, were transported from considerable distances, often across rugged terrain, sometimes involving river crossings. The sheer logistics of this operation, let alone the precision needed for the final fitting, suggests a forgotten technology or a collective organizational effort that far surpasses what is currently documented. We are left to quietly ponder the methods they employed for such heavy lifting and transportation, methods that leave no trace in the historical record, yet stand before us in monumental stone. Sacsayhuaman is not just a ruin, it is a silent, enduring question carved in stone. It asks us to look beyond simplistic explanations and to consider a past where ancient civilizations, or perhaps those who influenced them, commanded technologies that we are only now beginning to dimly conceptualize. It stands as a majestic testament to an unknown engineering legacy, a place where the stones themselves seem to whisper tales of ingenuity beyond our grasp, inviting you to let your mind wander through these ancient wonders. As we gently drift from the impossible precision of Sacsayhuaman, letting its monumental mystery wash over your senses, we recognize that these colossal structures, like the subtle metallic whispers before them, serve as profound markers in our journey. They beckon us to embrace the wonder of a world far more complex and capable than we've been led to believe. The story of stones that speak of giants has only just begun, and there are many more monumental secrets to quietly unfold as you sink deeper into a calm, reflective state, allowing the grandeur of these ancient feats to guide you towards a tranquil rest. As the awe-inspiring, impossible precision of Sacsayhuaman's interlocking walls gently settles within your meditative thoughts, leaving you to ponder the immense, untold efforts of those ancient builders. We continue our deep dive into the realm of stones that speak of giants. We now turn our attention to other monumental structures that dot our planet, each a silent, enduring question carved in stone, challenging everything we thought we knew about ancient human capabilities. Prepare to journey to sites globally renowned for their scale, their mysterious construction, and their profound astronomical alignments. Our first destination, a name synonymous with ancient wonder, takes us to the vast, shimmering sands of Egypt, the Giza Plateau. Here stand the majestic Giza pyramids, particularly the Great Pyramid of Khufu, a structure that has captivated the human imagination for millennia. While their sheer size is undeniable, it is the sophisticated engineering and the astonishing astronomical precision embedded within their very fabric that firmly places them in the category of out-of-place artifacts. Imagine, for a moment, standing at the base of the Great Pyramid. It was, for nearly 4,000 years, the tallest man-made structure on Earth. It is composed of an estimated 2-3 million massive stone blocks, many weighing several tons, with some of the larger granite blocks in the King's Chamber weighing up to 80 tons. The precision with which these blocks are cut and fitted together, particularly in the inner chambers, rivals the perfection we observed at Puma Punku, yet on a much grander, more internal scale. The casing stones, originally smoothed and polished, fitted so tightly that a knife blade could not be inserted between them, creating a gleaming, almost mirror-like surface that would have reflected the sun for miles. Close your eyes and try to visualize the incredible logistical challenge. How were these millions of blocks quarried, many from hundreds of miles away, then transported across the Nile and hoisted hundreds of feet into the air to form such a perfectly aligned structure? The conventional explanations involving ramps and immense manpower struggle to account for the speed, scale, and almost superhuman precision required. It suggests a forgotten technology for moving and placing colossal weights, or a deep understanding of leverage and physics that goes far beyond simple rollers and ropes. But the mystery deepens with their celestial orientation. The Great Pyramid is aligned to true north with an astonishing accuracy, deviating by only a fraction of a degree. This precision is remarkable, especially given the supposed observational tools of the time. Furthermore, the three main pyramids of Giza are believed by many researchers to precisely mirror the alignment of the three stars of Orion's belt, a constellation deeply significant to ancient Egyptian cosmology, often associated with Osiris, the god of the afterlife. This isn't a crude approximation. It's a sophisticated, deliberate architectural representation of a celestial map, requiring an advanced understanding of astronomy and geodesy. It's as if the builders possessed not only the ability to move mountains, but also to perfectly map the heavens onto the earth. The sheer scale, the engineering ingenuity, and the astronomical sophistication of the Giza pyramids gently nudge us to reconsider the timeline of ancient Egyptian technological prowess. They whisper of a lost golden age of knowledge, perhaps inherited from an even older, unknown source. A time when humans gazed at the stars and meticulously encoded their secrets into imperishable stone. From the sun-drenched desert of Egypt, we now journey to the misty plains of Wiltshire, England, to another monumental enigma, Stonehenge. This prehistoric monument, composed of a ring of standing stones, is a feat of engineering and astronomical observation that continues to baffle historians and archaeologists. Dating back roughly 4,500 to 5,000 years, Stonehenge represents a different, yet equally profound, challenge to our understanding of ancient capabilities. Imagine approaching this circular assembly of colossal stones. The larger sarsen stones, weighing up to 30 tons, were quarried from Marlborough Downs, about 20 miles away. Even more astonishing are the smaller bluestones, weighing up to 4 tons each, which were transported from the Preseli Hills in Wales, a staggering distance of over 140 miles. The monumental effort required to move these stones across land and water, without the use of wheeled transport, is almost unfathomable. It suggests a highly organized society with a deep understanding of logistics and collective effort, far beyond what is typically attributed to Neolithic cultures. Close your eyes and picture the scene: ancient communities, driven by an unknown purpose, moving these immense stones across the landscape, perhaps with immense sledges, rollers, and human or animal power, over vast distances and treacherous terrain. Then, consider the precision of their placement. The stones are arranged in a specific pattern, and many of them are carefully aligned with key astronomical events. The most famous alignment is with the summer solstice sunrise, where the sun rises directly over the heelstone, illuminating the center of the monument. There are also alignments with the winter solstice, sunset, and other lunar cycles, suggesting that Stonehenge functioned as a sophisticated astronomical observatory and calendar. This wasn't just a random arrangement of large rocks. It was a purpose-built, highly engineered instrument for tracking the movements of the sun and moon, vital for understanding seasons, predicting celestial events, and perhaps for religious or ceremonial purposes. The precision of these alignments, achieved without modern instruments, speaks volumes about the advanced observational skills and the deep, integrated knowledge of the cosmos possessed by its builders. It challenges the notion of a primitive, prehistoric Europe, instead painting a picture of a people deeply connected to the rhythms of the heavens, capable of monumental construction and precise astronomical calculation. As you let the quiet majesty of Stonehenge settle in your mind, consider the enduring question: what inspired such immense effort and precise knowledge? Was it purely for agricultural or religious reasons, or does it hint at a deeper, more profound connection to the cosmos, perhaps passed down through generations from an even more ancient source? Finally, we drift back to Anatolia, modern-day Turkey, to a site that is quietly revolutionizing our understanding of human civilization itself. Göbekli Tepe, dating back an astonishing 11,600 years, this megalithic complex predates Stonehenge by some 6,000 years and the Giza pyramids by over 7,000 years. Its very existence is a profound Oopart, challenging the foundational theories of how human civilization developed. Imagine a site built by hunter-gatherers, not settled farmers. Conventional history tells us that humans built permanent settlements and monumental architecture after they developed agriculture. Yet, Göbekli Tepe presents us with a monumental ceremonial complex, consisting of numerous massive, intricately carved T-shaped pillars arranged in circular enclosures, created by people who were still living a nomadic lifestyle, predating the advent of settled agriculture. Close your eyes and visualize these enormous T-pillars, some standing over 16 feet tall and weighing up to 20 tons, carved with exquisite detail. They depict a menagerie of animals, foxes, snakes, boars, birds, and insects, rendered with a vitality and skill that is remarkable for such an early period. The arrangement of these pillars, often facing inwards, creates a profound sense of a sacred space, a place of gathering and ritual. The sheer effort to quarry, move, carve, and erect these pillars, using only stone tools, is immense. It suggests a level of social organization, leadership, and a shared spiritual or communal purpose far beyond what we typically attribute to hunter-gatherer societies. The profound implication of Göbekli Tepe is that monumental construction and complex religious or ceremonial practices preceded agriculture and permanent settlements. Instead of agriculture leading to civilization, Göbekli Tepe suggests that the need to build and maintain such a complex site might have spurred the development of agriculture and the transition to settled life to feed the laborers. It completely inverts our understanding of the sequence of human development, hinting at an intellectual and organizational capacity in our most ancient ancestors that has been profoundly underestimated. Who were these people, and what knowledge did they possess to inspire and execute such a monumental undertaking at a time when humans were supposedly still scrambling for basic survival? The existence of Göbekli Tepe is a silent, yet thunderous, testament to the depth of human ingenuity and the vastness of forgotten history. It speaks of a time when the very first stirrings of complex human society were already capable of truly astonishing feats, suggesting a foundational intelligence and capability that we are only now beginning to uncover. The Giza pyramids, Stonehenge, and Göbekli Tepe, though separated by vast stretches of time and geography, stand united in their message. Stones that speak of giants profoundly challenge our understanding of ancient engineering, astronomy, and social organization. They invite us to a quiet, deep contemplation of a past far richer, more complex, and more capable than conventional narratives allow. As you continue to gently drift, allow these monumental wonders to guide you deeper into a state of serene contemplation. For the story of humanity's astonishing and mysterious past is far from fully told. As the echoes of colossal stones and their monumental mysteries gently fade into the quiet expanse of your thoughts, we now turn our gaze from the tangible feats of engineering to the subtle, yet equally profound whispers found in ancient art and iconography. This segment, Echoes from Above, invites us to explore depictions that, to modern eyes, seem to resemble technology, extraterrestrial beings, or complex aerial views, challenging our understanding of what ancient artists observed, imagined, or were inspired by. These visual enigmas serve as silent, powerful suggestions that perhaps, in the distant past, our ancestors were not alone in their observations or their inspirations. Our journey into this fascinating visual realm begins deep within the lush, ancient jungles of Palenque, a magnificent Mayan city in southern Mexico. Here, beneath the Temple of the Inscriptions, rests one of the most debated and iconic out-of-place artifacts, the sarcophagus lid of King Pakal the Great, who reigned in the 7th century AD. This intricately carved stone slab, covering Pakal's tomb, presents a scene that, for many, is astonishingly clear in its implications. Imagine descending into the cool, silent depths of that ancient burial chamber. As your eyes adjust, you come upon the immense stone lid, measuring over 12 feet long and 7 feet wide, its surface covered in meticulous carvings. The central figure is King Pakal himself, depicted in a reclining position. Mainstream archaeologists interpret this scene as Pakal descending into the underworld, or perhaps ascending the Mayan world tree, symbolizing his transformation into a deity. The intricate motifs around him are seen as symbolic representations of the cosmos and the afterlife, rich with Mayan mythology. However, as you allow your mind to gently observe the details, a strikingly different interpretation begins to emerge. Close your eyes and visualize this carving, allowing its ancient lines to speak to you. Pakal is shown seemingly seated within what appears to be a complex, almost mechanical apparatus. His posture is not that of a man peacefully entering the underworld. Rather, he leans forward, his hands seemingly interacting with controls or levers. His feet rest on what could be pedals. Before his face, what might be interpreted as a breathing tube extends, connecting to a device that could be a rudimentary oxygen mask. Below him, emanating from the base of this machine, are swirling patterns that strikingly resemble flames or exhaust fumes, suggesting a propulsion system. The entire apparatus is streamlined, with elements that evoke panels, wires, and even a seat designed for operational use. It's a depiction that, if found today in a modern context, would almost unequivocally be identified as a pilot in a cockpit, operating some form of individual flying vehicle or submarine. The level of detail and the overall composition hint at a technological understanding far beyond what is typically attributed to the ancient Maya. Consider the precision of the carving, the delicate lines and shapes that collectively paint such a compelling picture. How could a king, who supposedly lived without any concept of space travel or advanced machinery, be depicted in a manner so eerily similar to a modern astronaut or aviator? Was this purely a coincidence of artistic representation? Or was it a depiction of something the Maya had witnessed, perhaps passed down through generations of oral history or even observed directly? The Palenque sarcophagus lid quietly challenges us to look beyond conventional interpretations and to embrace the possibility that our ancient ancestors may have encountered things we are only now beginning to conceptualize. It invites a peaceful contemplation of what truly lies in the unexplored territories of our past. From the intriguing carvings of Palenque, we now journey to the arid coastal plains of Peru, to another monumental artistic enigma, the Nazca lines. These geoglyphs, etched into the desert floor by the ancient Nazca culture between 500 BC and 500 AD, are among the most famous and baffling Ooparts on Earth. They are massive designs, covering hundreds of square miles, depicting animals, plants, geometric shapes, and even humanoid figures. What makes them truly astounding is that they are so vast, so enormous, that they can only be fully appreciated and accurately observed from an aerial perspective. Imagine standing on the ground, surrounded by endless, dusty plains. You would see only faint lines, perhaps a few straight furrows in the earth. But ascend higher, perhaps in a quiet, gentle balloon, and a breathtaking panorama unfolds beneath you. Suddenly, immense figures emerge: a hummingbird with a wingspan of over 300 feet, a spider stretching nearly 150 feet, a monkey with a curling tail, and an astronaut figure waving from a hillside. There are also miles of perfectly straight lines, trapezoids, and spirals, all etched into the dark surface of the desert by removing the reddish-brown stones to reveal the lighter soil beneath. Close your eyes and try to visualize the sheer scale and precision required to create these masterpieces. The Nazca people had no known form of flight. How then did they design and execute such incredibly accurate, large-scale images that demand an aerial viewpoint for their full comprehension? The geometric perfection of some of the lines, extending for miles without deviation, suggests an advanced understanding of surveying, mathematics, and large-scale planning that seems utterly out of place for a culture without written language or advanced tools. They must have had a method for scaling up small designs to immense proportions with incredible accuracy, or perhaps a way to observe their work from above as it progressed. What was their purpose? Mainstream theories suggest they were part of complex astronomical calendars, religious rituals to water deities, or pathways for ceremonial processions. However, the fact that they are best viewed from hundreds of feet in the air adds a layer of profound mystery. Did the Nazca build these for unseen observers? Were they signaling to beings from above? Or did they possess a forgotten technology of flight, now lost to time, that allowed them to survey their own immense artwork? The why and the how of the Nazca lines continue to be sources of calm, enduring wonder. These remarkable geoglyphs, silent witnesses to an unknown past, speak of a civilization that possessed a unique perspective, perhaps a spiritual connection to the skies, or a more direct interaction with aerial phenomena than we currently understand. They invite us to contemplate the possibility of lost observational capabilities, or even communication with beings who viewed our world from above. The Nazca lines, much like the Palenque sarcophagus lid, ask us to gently loosen our grip on conventional history and to float into a realm where ancient art might truly be an echo from above. As you drift deeper into relaxation, allowing these visual enigmas to spark your calm curiosity, consider the incredible artistic and intellectual prowess of these ancient cultures. They were not merely primitive. They possessed a sophistication, an observational capacity, and perhaps an inspiration that continues to defy our neat historical categorizations. The exploration of echoes from above has only just begun, promising more intriguing depictions as you continue to journey through the beautiful, mysterious tapestry of our ancient world. As the stunning images of Palenque and Nazca gently linger, inviting a peaceful reconsideration of ancient perceptions, our visual journey continues, taking us to even more enigmatic artistic expressions. We travel now to ancient Japan, where peculiar figures sculpted from clay offer another profound glimpse into what our ancestors might have truly seen, or perhaps what they sought to depict from beyond their immediate world. These are the Dogu figures, charming and yet profoundly mysterious humanoid figurines crafted by the Jomon people of prehistoric Japan, primarily between 10,000 BC and 300 BC, discovered across numerous archaeological sites. These clay effigies come in various styles, but many share striking features that have captivated researchers and enthusiasts alike, especially those open to unconventional interpretations of history. Imagine holding one of these ancient clay figures. Many dogu are characterized by their exaggerated, often heart-shaped or goggled eyes, large, prominent heads, and intricately segmented bodies that sometimes appear to be clad in some form of protective suit or elaborate clothing. Some even have what seem to be vents or fasteners on their forms. The most famous examples, like the shakoki dogu or goggle-eyed dogu, wear what strongly resemble modern snow goggles or even specialized helmets covering their eyes. Their limbs are often stubby, their torsos robust, creating an almost bulbous, non-human silhouette. Close your eyes and allow your mind to quietly contemplate these ancient portrayals. If you were to encounter such a figure today, stripped of its historical context, would your first thought be of an ordinary human? Or would the unusual proportions, the distinctive headgear, and the segmented armor suggest something else? Many observers, from archaeologists to ancient astronaut theorists, have noted the uncanny resemblance these dogu figures bear to modern-day astronauts, deep-sea divers, or individuals wearing advanced protective gear. The goggles in particular seem designed for protection in extreme environments, whether in the vacuum of space, the depths of the ocean, or amidst intense heat or light. This isn't to say definitively that the Jomon people met extraterrestrials, but it gently prods us to question the source of their inspiration. Did they observe beings dressed in such attire? Or did they, through some profound intuitive or perhaps even spiritual insight, envision future technologies that would one day allow humanity to explore beyond its conventional limits? The meticulous crafting of these clay figures, often fragmented, yet always hinting at a greater, more complex whole, speaks to a deep fascination with forms and protective coverings that seem utterly out of place for a Stone Age culture. The dogu figures stand as silent witnesses, inviting a calm, open-minded reflection on the true diversity of ancient inspiration. They ask us to consider a past where the lines between myth, art, and direct observation might have been far more blurred than we comfortably allow. As we gently drift from the intriguing clay figures of Japan, we embark on a journey further back in time and across continents to the majestic temples of ancient Egypt. Here, within the Temple of Seti-I at Abydos, lies another artistic anomaly that has stirred considerable debate and wonder: the so-called Abydos helicopter hieroglyphs. Imagine entering this ancient temple, its walls covered from floor to ceiling with thousands of meticulously carved hieroglyphs, each telling a piece of ancient Egyptian history, mythology, or religious belief. But amongst these familiar symbols, in one specific section, a series of carvings seems to leap out, defying all conventional understanding. To many modern eyes, these hieroglyphs bear an astonishing resemblance to contemporary vehicles, a helicopter, a submarine, and what appears to be a modern jet plane, or even a futuristic glider. Close your eyes and clearly visualize these shapes. The helicopter glyph, with its distinct body and what looks like rotor blades, is perhaps the most striking. Next to it, a form that could easily be interpreted as a submarine or a sophisticated boat, and another, slender and winged, evoking a modern aircraft. These images, carved into the stone over 3,000 years ago, present an almost impossible visual paradox. How could ancient Egyptians, renowned for their incredible engineering and artistry, but living in a world of sails and chariots, depict machines that would only be invented millennia later? Mainstream Egyptology offers a well-established explanation for these particular carvings, known as a palimpsest, or overwriting. The theory suggests that the original hieroglyphs were recarved over time by later pharaohs. As the plaster or stucco covering an older inscription eroded, parts of the original and the new carvings merged, creating a composite image that accidentally resembles modern technology. It is, in essence, a trick of light, erosion, and superimposed historical layers. However, even with this explanation, the sheer visual impact and the precise modern resemblance of these specific composite forms remain profoundly unsettling for many. Why these particular resemblances? Out of countless possible accidental formations, why do these so vividly evoke advanced vehicles? The human mind naturally seeks patterns, and the patterns here are so compellingly familiar that they continue to fuel calm, thoughtful speculation. Was it purely a coincidence? Or did some deeper, perhaps unconscious, memory or subtle influence guide the hands of the ancient carvers, even through the process of overwriting, leaving behind a subtle echo from above? The Abydos hieroglyphs, whether an accidental optical illusion or a deeper anomaly, serve as a gentle reminder of the mysteries embedded within our most sacred and ancient sites. They invite us to quietly ponder the edges of our historical understanding, encouraging us to remain open to interpretations that transcend the neatly categorized and the easily explained. They are a visual question carved in stone, asking us to consider the profound implications if these forms were, in some way, inspired by observations beyond our current historical narrative. Both the Dogu figures of Japan and the enigmatic hieroglyphs of Abydos, separated by vast distances and cultures, unite in their capacity to spark gentle wonder through ancient art. They challenge us to look at ancient iconography with fresh eyes, to see beyond the conventional, and to consider the myriad ways in which our ancestors might have perceived their world, and perhaps worlds beyond their own. These echoes from above remind us that the ancient past holds many visual secrets, waiting to be calmly contemplated as you drift further into the serene unknown, as the intriguing echoes from ancient art and iconography softly dissipate into the tranquil depths of your thoughts, leaving you to ponder the mysteries carved in stone and shaped in clay. We now transition to an entirely different, yet equally captivating, category of out-of-place artifacts. We delve into the forbidden spark, unexplained energy and light in antiquity, a realm where whispers of ancient electrical knowledge and enigmatic light sources challenge our understanding of daily life in forgotten eras, suggesting a world potentially illuminated by technologies lost to the ages. Our journey into this electrically charged past begins in the heart of ancient Egypt, within the crypts of the Hathor temple at Dendora. Here, amongst countless hieroglyphs and sacred carvings, resides one of the most visually provocative and widely debated artistic anomalies, the so-called Dendara light. This particular carving, found in a subterranean crypt, depicts a scene that, to many modern observers, bears an astonishing resemblance to a gigantic light bulb, complete with a filament, a base, and a connection to what could be interpreted as a power source. Close your eyes and allow your mind to gently visualize this ancient image. You see a large, elongated, bulb-like object, resembling a modern incandescent light bulb, held aloft by a support pillar. Inside this bulb, a serpent appears to extend along its length, often interpreted by some as a filament. At the base of the bulb, a lotus flower is carved, from which a cable-like structure extends, seemingly connecting to a power source. Depicted as a jed pillar, an ancient Egyptian symbol of stability, often associated with conductive properties or spiritual energy. Figures on either side of this apparatus appear to be performing some kind of ritual or operation. Mainstream Egyptologists typically interpret this scene as a purely mythological and symbolic representation. The bulb is seen as a depiction of the heavens, the serpent as a deity, emerging from a lotus flower, symbolizing creation and regeneration. The jed pillar represents stability, and the entire tableau is explained within the rich tapestry of Egyptian religious beliefs and cosmic symbolism. This interpretation, firmly rooted in known Egyptian mythology, suggests no actual technological artifact. However, the visual resemblance to a Crookes tube, a plasma lamp, or an early electrical device is so striking that it has led to persistent alternative theories. If this carving were indeed a depiction of an ancient electrical lamp, it would completely rewrite our understanding of Egyptian daily life. It would imply that the Egyptians possessed knowledge of electricity and illumination, far beyond simple oil lamps and torches. Crucially, the crypts and inner chambers of many Egyptian temples and tombs show no evidence of soot, which would be an inevitable byproduct of prolonged torch use. This absence of soot has long puzzled researchers, leading some to quietly wonder if another, cleaner, light source was employed in these dark, confined spaces. Imagine the priests and artisans deep within these sacred chambers, working not by flickering torchlight, but by a steady, clear, artificial glow. The Dendora light carving, therefore, becomes more than just an artistic depiction. It becomes a silent, visual question. Did ancient Egyptians, in their profound understanding of the natural world, stumble upon or even master a rudimentary form of electricity, a forbidden spark that allowed them to illuminate their grand projects without smoke and soot? This gentle speculation invites us to consider the possibility of a lost technology, a practical application of a scientific understanding that vanished, leaving only this enigmatic carving as its potential echo. Allow this captivating image to linger in your mind, stirring a peaceful contemplation of what truly illuminated the secrets of ancient Egypt. It's a reminder that sometimes the most mundane aspects of daily life, like how a room was lit, can hold the deepest historical enigmas. From the potential electrical secrets of Dendera, we now drift across various ancient cultures, where legends of eternal lamps have persisted for centuries. These are not mere decorative objects, but mystical light sources said to burn indefinitely without fuel, defying the known laws of physics and chemistry. Throughout history, from ancient Rome to medieval Europe, and even within Chinese texts, there are numerous accounts and legends of lamps found in tombs, crypts, or hidden chambers, still burning brightly after hundreds or even thousands of years. These lamps, when discovered, supposedly ceased to burn only when exposed to air or disturbed. While many of these accounts are undoubtedly folklore, exaggerations, or misinterpretations, the sheer consistency of the eternal lamp motif across disparate cultures and timelines is profoundly intriguing. Imagine the astonishment of a tomb raider or an early archaeologist entering a sealed chamber, untouched for millennia, and finding a single, steady flame illuminating the darkness. The immediate assumption would be supernatural, a miracle. But if we consider these legends through the lens of Ooparts, they whisper of something else, a forgotten technology. Could ancient cultures have developed a form of contained, self-sustaining light source, perhaps leveraging unknown chemical compounds, sealed energy sources, or even a rudimentary understanding of luminescence or radioactive decay that allowed them to create light without conventional fuel? Consider the immense scientific and technological understanding required to engineer such a device. It would imply a mastery of chemistry, material science, and possibly even physics that we would not attribute to ancient times. The concept of perpetual motion or perpetual light challenges our modern understanding. Yet these legends suggest that, in some forgotten age, such feats were not only imagined, but perhaps achieved. These legends, much like the Dendera light, serve as a gentle intellectual spark, inviting us to contemplate the vast scope of lost knowledge. They are not concrete artifacts in the same way as a carved stone or a metallic sphere, but they represent a collective memory, a persistent human fascination with a light that defies explanation. They hint at a world where the boundaries of possibility were perhaps far wider and far more mystifying than our current historical narratives suggest. The Forbidden Spark segment encourages us to gently question what we consider primitive or advanced in the ancient world. It asks us to open our minds to the quiet possibility that some ancient civilizations might have possessed a hidden understanding of energy and light, technologies that could have profoundly altered their lives, only to be lost and shrouded in the mists of time and legend. As you continue to drift, let the serene glow of these forgotten possibilities guide you deeper into a peaceful contemplation, ready for the next layer of extraordinary revelations, as the intriguing whispers of ancient energy and light gently guide your senses deeper into a profound state of calm, leaving you to ponder the illuminated secrets of forgotten eras. We now turn our attention to another extraordinary category of out-of-place artifacts, maps of a forgotten world. These are ancient cartographic anomalies, documents that depict geographical features, coastlines, and even entire continents that were supposedly unknown at the time of their creation, challenging the very timeline of global exploration and cartographical science. These maps are silent, precise testimonies to a lost knowledge, hinting at a past where the world was known and charted with astonishing accuracy long before its official discovery. Our journey into this fascinating realm of ancient geography begins with perhaps the most famous and perplexing of these cartographic enigmas, the Piri Reis map, discovered in 1929 in the library of the Imperial Palace in Istanbul. This world map was compiled in 1513 by the Ottoman admiral and cartographer Piri Reis. While parts of it depict the familiar coastlines of Europe, North Africa, and the Americas with surprising accuracy for its time, it is one particular section that sends a profound shiver down the spine of conventional history. It clearly shows a detailed coastline of Antarctica, and, most incredibly, this coastline is depicted asterisk without ice asterisk. Imagine, for a moment, the year 1513. Christopher Columbus had only recently discovered the Americas. Antarctica, the immense ice-covered continent at the bottom of the world, would not be officially sighted until 1820, over 3 centuries later. Its comprehensive mapping, especially of its subglacial topography, was not achieved until the mid-20th century, using advanced seismic sounding techniques. So, how could a 16th century map, drawn by a known admiral, possibly include such a precise depiction of Antarctica's coastline, and furthermore, show it free of its immense ice sheet? Close your eyes and visualize this ancient parchment. See the delicate lines, the intricate place names, and then focus on that impossible southern landmass. The Peary race map explicitly states that it was compiled from various older source maps, some dating back to the time of Alexander the Great. This suggests that the knowledge of an ice-free Antarctica was not new in 1513, but rather an inheritance from a much more ancient, unknown source. For Antarctica to be depicted without ice, it would have had to be mapped thousands of years ago, before the last ice age, when the continent's immense ice sheet had not yet fully formed. This geological condition last occurred roughly 6,000 to 12,000 years ago, pushing the capabilities of ancient navigators and cartographers far, far beyond any conventional historical timeline. The implications are breathtaking. It strongly suggests the existence of an ancient, pre-Diluvian civilization that possessed not only global navigational capabilities, but also the scientific prowess to conduct accurate geodesic surveys and create highly precise maps of the entire planet. These were not primitive cultures fumbling in the dark. These were highly advanced societies with an understanding of global geography that rivals, and in some aspects, surpasses our own until relatively recently. The Peary race map is a silent, undeniable testament to a lost global civilization, or perhaps a forgotten epoch of human ingenuity that has been almost entirely erased from our collective memory. It invites a peaceful contemplation of how much true history remains undiscovered, hidden beneath layers of ice and time. As we gently drift from the astonishing Peary race map, we encounter another equally compelling piece of evidence that reinforces this profound anomaly: the Orontius-Phineas map, drawn in 1531 by the French cartographer Orontius-Phineas. Just 18 years after Peary race, this beautiful heart-shaped projection of the world also depicts Antarctica. Like the Peary race map, the Orontius-Phineas map shows a detailed coastline, complete with mountains, rivers, and valleys, suggesting a landmass free of ice. Imagine the details on this map, not just an outline, but internal geographical features that would only be visible if the continent were habitable and explored. The accuracy of some of these internal features, when compared to modern seismic surveys of the subglacial landmass, is remarkably uncanny. This map, too, implies that the cartographer was drawing from older source material that predated the last ice age. The existence of two such independent maps, both depicting an ice-free Antarctica with considerable detail, powerfully suggests that this was not a mere coincidence or artistic speculation, but rather derived from a shared, ancient, and highly accurate knowledge base. How could these 16th century cartographers, centuries before polar exploration even began, access and reproduce information about a continent that was covered by miles of ice? The only logical conclusion is that the original source maps for both Peary race and Orontius-Phineas must have been created thousands of years earlier, by a civilization possessing a level of global navigational and mapping technology that we currently do not attribute to any known ancient culture. This points to a time when Earth's geography was known in astonishing detail, a time before major climate shifts radically altered our planet's appearance. It speaks to a profound, forgotten era of exploration and scientific achievement. While the Peary race and Orontius-Phineas maps offer the most dramatic examples regarding Antarctica, the concept of cartographic anomalies extends even further. Consider the remarkably precise world maps from ancient China, some dating back to the Han Dynasty. These maps, meticulously drawn on silk or other perishable materials, display a level of accuracy in depicting land masses, rivers, and geographical distances across vast areas that seems far too advanced for the era's supposed surveying tools and techniques. They hint at a sophisticated understanding of geodesy and mapping principles that challenges our conventional historical timelines for Asian civilizations as well. This isn't just one isolated instance of impossible knowledge. It's a pattern of advanced cartography emerging across different cultures and continents, all pointing to a global, interconnected repository of lost geographical wisdom. These maps are not mere artistic interpretations or speculative drawings. They are precise scientific documents, embodying an advanced understanding of trigonometry, spherical geometry, and global positioning that was supposedly not rediscovered until much later in human history. They utterly deconstruct the established timelines of geographical discovery and exploration, pushing the boundaries of ancient human capabilities into a realm of the truly extraordinary. The source of this lost knowledge remains one of the most profound mysteries. Were these maps created by a highly advanced, pre-cataclysmic human civilization that was then lost to time, perhaps similar to the legends of Atlantis? Or do they hint at an even grander possibility, that this global geographical knowledge was passed down or shared with ancient humans by non-human intelligences, beings who possessed the capacity for aerial or even orbital mapping? The very accuracy and the impossible details on these maps gently but firmly invite us to consider such possibilities, expanding our understanding of ancient interactions and the true scope of Earth's long-forgotten past. The Piri race map, the Orontius Phineas map, and other cartographic anomalies stand as silent challenges to our neatly packaged history. They represent compelling evidence of lost global knowledge, suggesting a past far more complex, interconnected, and technologically capable than our textbooks currently describe. As you continue to gently drift, allow these maps of a forgotten world to guide you deeper into a peaceful contemplation, for they assure us that the true story of Earth and its ancient inhabitants holds far more wonders and mysteries than we have ever dared to imagine. As the captivating images of forgotten maps and their impossible details gently recede into the serene landscape of your inner vision, inviting you to contemplate a world far more known to our ancient ancestors than we once imagined, we now arrive at a pivotal point in our tranquil journey. We have traversed continents and millennia, examining artifact after artifact, each a silent, unwavering challenge to our conventional understanding of history. Now, as you continue to drift deeper into relaxation, we gather these threads of wonder, weaving them together into a broader tapestry of contemplation. This is the segment we call the Unseen Hand, Synthesis and the Were We Alone? Question, where we gently explore the overarching implications of these out-of-place artifacts and the profound questions they pose to humanity's past. Recall the intricate gears of the Antikythera mechanism, a marvel of mechanical precision that spoke of an astronomical and engineering genius centuries ahead of its time. Remember the subtle, yet powerful, potential of the Baghdad battery, hinting at an ancient understanding of electricity, a forbidden spark illuminating unknown purposes. And let your mind drift back to the monumental, perfectly fitted stones of Puma Punku or the colossal trilithon at Baalbek, structures that still baffle modern engineers with their scale and the almost impossible precision of their cuts, begging the question of how such feats were achieved without known ancient technologies. These aren't just isolated anomalies. They are consistent patterns of sophistication that challenge the very narrative of human technological development. Consider the metals that whisper secrets, like the aerodynamic gold artifacts of Columbia, or the astronomically advanced Nebra sky disk, unearthed from an era where such knowledge and craftsmanship seemed utterly out of place. These items suggest a mastery of material science and a profound observational capacity that predates our historical records. And then, the Klerksdorp spheres, found in rock billions of years old, or the Fuente Magna Bowl, with its inexplicable Sumerian script thousands of miles and millennia away from its supposed origin. These push the boundaries of not just human history, but planetary history itself. The echoes from above further deepen the mystery. The Palenque sarcophagus lid, with its astronaut figure, and the vast aerial canvases of the Nazca lines, only comprehensible from high above, invite us to question the inspirations of ancient artists. Were these purely symbolic, or were they literal depictions of encounters or observations of advanced beings or technologies? The enigmatic Dogu figures of Japan and the debated Abydos hieroglyphs reinforce this visual conundrum, presenting forms that mirror modern technology or protective suits. These artistic anomalies quietly ask, what did our ancestors truly see? Or whom did they encounter that imprinted such images onto their consciousness and their art? And finally, the maps of a forgotten world, particularly the Piri race and the Rontius Phineas maps, with their astonishing depictions of an ice-free Antarctica, demand a radical rethinking of global exploration and cartography. They suggest that comprehensive global knowledge existed thousands of years ago, a time when our planet's geography was profoundly different, challenging us to consider the existence of a highly advanced pre-cataclysmic civilization or an external intelligence that accurately mapped our world. As you reflect on this collective evidence, a powerful, unifying question gently emerges from the depths of our shared past. Were we truly alone? Was humanity the sole architect of these astonishing achievements, or did an unseen hand play a role? Let's calmly explore a few possibilities that these artifacts whisper to us, not to assert definitive answers, but to open your mind to the gentle wonder of the unknown. One profound hypothesis is the existence of lost human civilizations with advanced knowledge What if, thousands of years ago, a highly sophisticated human civilization flourished on Earth, achieving a level of technological and scientific advancement comparable to, or even surpassing, our own in certain areas? Perhaps a cataclysmic event, a massive flood, an asteroid impact, or a rapid climate shift wiped this civilization almost entirely from the face of the Earth, leaving behind only scattered fragments of their incredible knowledge and technology, the very Ooparts we have explored tonight. The survivors, if any, might have regressed, carrying only fragmented memories or basic knowledge that eventually faded into myth or subtly influenced nascent cultures that rose later. This cyclical view of history, where civilizations rise, fall, and leave traces for the next cycle, offers a compelling explanation for many of these anomalies. It suggests that human ingenuity is not a linear progression, but a series of peaks and valleys, with profound knowledge sometimes lost, only to be slowly rediscovered millennia later. Another captivating possibility, one that gently stirs the deepest corners of our curiosity, is the notion of extraterrestrial influence or contact If some of these artifacts seem too advanced, too precise, or too out of place for any known human civilization, could they be evidence of interaction with intelligent beings from beyond our planet? Were ancient humans visited, guided, or even assisted by extraterrestrial intelligences who shared advanced knowledge of engineering, astronomy, or metallurgy? The artistic depictions resembling astronauts, the aerial perspectives on Nazca, or the impossible technologies hinted at in ancient texts, like the Viminic Shostra, could be interpreted as direct or indirect evidence of such encounters. This perspective does not diminish human capability, but expands our understanding of the cosmic connections that might have shaped our ancient past, suggesting that the journey of human development might have been influenced by a grander, universal narrative. It invites a peaceful contemplation of our place in the cosmos, and the possibility that the universe is far more interconnected than we have dared to dream. A third, equally intriguing perspective suggests a **** cyclical nature of human knowledge and development ****. This theory proposes that human societies, throughout vast stretches of time, repeatedly discover and lose complex knowledge. Perhaps humanity has, multiple times, reached points of significant scientific and technological understanding, only to have that knowledge wiped out or forgotten due to societal collapses, wars, or natural disasters. The lost arts and forgotten sciences could be echoes of these past cycles, resurfacing as Ooparts. This view allows for both human genius and the fragility of knowledge preservation, implying that we might be experiencing a current peak in a much longer, undulating pattern of discovery and amnesia. It offers a calming thought that the potential for advanced understanding lies dormant within humanity, waiting to be unleashed again and again. As you embrace these grand questions, gently allow yourself to feel the serene acceptance that comes with acknowledging the vastness of what we do not know. The ongoing mystery of these artifacts is not a source of anxiety, but a beautiful invitation to wonder. They are silent storytellers, each whispering a different possibility, each challenging the neat boundaries of our textbooks, and each reminding us that the human story, and indeed the story of our Earth, is far richer, more complex, and more filled with astonishing secrets than we could ever fully grasp. These Ooparts are not just relics. They are profound questions encased in stone, metal, and ancient maps, continually nudging us to broaden our understanding. They encourage a calm, open-minded perspective, freeing us from rigid historical dogmas and allowing our imaginations to gently soar. They are a continuous testament to the fact that the search for truth is an unending journey, one that consistently unveils deeper layers of mystery and wonder. The persistent questions these artifacts pose to our understanding of history ultimately lead to a profound sense of peace. For in acknowledging the unknown, we also acknowledge the boundless potential of our past, the incredible ingenuity of ancient minds, and the tantalizing possibility that our journey on Earth has been, and continues to be, part of a much larger, more magnificent story than we have ever fully comprehended. As you continue to gently drift, allow these synthesized wonders and their lingering questions to guide you deeper into a state of tranquil contemplation, understanding that the greatest mysteries often offer the deepest calm. The journey through these ancient enigmas serves not to disturb your peace, but to deepen it, to widen your perspective, and to fill your dreams with the boundless possibilities of a truly extraordinary and mysterious ancient world. This profound synthesis of all we've encountered prepares us for a final, reflective descent into the unknown, finding comfort in the endless wonders of existence. As the grand questions of forgotten civilizations and unseen influences gently echo in the spacious chambers of your mind, guiding you ever deeper into tranquility, we now reach a moment of serene contemplation, having journeyed through the astounding realm of out-of-place artifacts, from the micro-precision of ancient mechanisms to the macro-engineering of colossal structures, from metallic whispers of forgotten sciences to visual enigmas hinting at celestial encounters, and maps of worlds long lost. What does this incredible tapestry of wonders truly mean for us, here, now, as you prepare to drift into sleep? It means, dear listener, that our perception of history, our understanding of human potential, and our place within the vast, silent cosmos are far more profound, far more beautiful, and far more mysterious than we have ever dared to fully imagine. These artifacts are not merely curiosities to be solved. They are silent guides, inviting us to shed the rigid confines of conventional narratives and to embrace a broader, more expansive view of existence itself. They are invitations to soften our certainties and to open our hearts to the boundless what-ifs that populate our shared past. Consider for a moment the sheer resilience of truth, whispering through the ages, refusing to be silenced by the shifting sands of time or the convenient rewriting of history. Each Oopart we have explored is a testament to this resilience, a physical piece of evidence that the story of humanity is rich with forgotten chapters, filled with unexpected ingenuity, and perhaps touched by influences we are only now beginning to dimly perceive. This profound realization is not a cause for alarm or agitation, but rather a deep, peaceful invitation to wonder. It is a quiet reassurance that the universe is far more imaginative than our textbooks have allowed. The true beauty of these mysteries lies not in finding all the definitive answers, for some truths are meant to remain partially veiled, but in the peaceful acceptance of the questions themselves. It is in the gentle embrace of the vast, unexplored possibilities that lie within our own past, within our own genetic code, and within the boundless cosmos that surrounds us. To realize that history is not a closed book with all its pages turned, but an ever-unfolding scroll with countless chapters yet to be discovered, fills the heart with a quiet excitement, a gentle curiosity that naturally soothes the soul and prepares it for restful slumber. Imagine the countless discoveries yet to be made, lying patiently beneath desert sands, within ocean depths, or hidden in plain sight, waiting for the right moment, the right mind, to bring them forth. This continuous nature of discovery, this endless frontier of knowledge, reminds us that the human journey is one of perpetual learning and revaluation. It is a journey we undertake not with fear of the unknown, not with the anxiety of solving every puzzle, but with a serene sense of awe and open-mindedness, allowing the revelations to unfold at their own pace, enriching our understanding of the universe one mystery at a time. These ancient wonders, these silent witnesses from a forgotten epoch, gently reinforce the idea that the unknown is not something to be feared, but to be embraced with an open heart and a wondering mind. The gaps in our historical records are not voids to be hastily filled, but spaces brimming with potential, inviting our imagination to softly explore. They suggest that our ancestors, far from being primitive, were capable of feats that challenge our most advanced modern thinking, and that perhaps their lives were connected to forces and knowledge far grander than we currently acknowledge. This expanded perspective fosters a profound sense of humility and interconnectedness, making the vastness of time and space feel less daunting and more inviting. This contemplation allows us to find a deep, abiding peace in the acceptance of vast, unexplored historical possibilities. It's a quiet reassurance that the universe is rich with secrets, and that our own planet holds narratives more astonishing, more intricate, and more meaningful than any fiction. This expanded view of our past doesn't diminish our present achievements, but rather enriches it, connecting us to a lineage of innovation and wonder that spans unimaginable stretches of time. It broadens the horizon of what humanity is and what it might have been, leading to a profound sense of interconnectedness with all of existence. Let this understanding settle gently around you now, like a warm blanket of cosmic dust, woven from the starlight of distant galaxies and the ancient stones of Earth. Feel the connection to all those who have lived before, to all the civilizations that have risen and fallen, leaving behind these poignant, beautiful clues for us to ponder. Your mind, now quieted and expanded, can rest in the knowledge that the universe is far stranger, more intricate, and more magnificent than any single story could ever tell. This awareness brings a profound sense of perspective, helping to dissolve the smaller worries of the day. This journey through Ooparts has not been about demanding definitive proof or inciting debate, but about sparking a gentle flame of curiosity, an internal invitation to consider the boundless. It encourages you to find comfort in the questions, to be at peace with the grand unknowns, and to allow your consciousness to float freely and without resistance in the ocean of history's depths. There is a deep, comforting peace in acknowledging the immensity of what remains to be understood, a peace that transcends the anxieties of the everyday world and offers a haven for your restless thoughts. The wisdom gleaned from these ancient artifacts is not found in concrete answers, but in the gentle, expansive feeling of possibility they evoke. This quiet journey has broadened your perspective, allowing you to see the familiar world through a lens of ancient marvels, finding wonder in every shadow and every unexplained detail. As you sink deeper and deeper into relaxation, this new understanding becomes a part of you, a soft hum of cosmic wonder, preparing you for a night of restorative dreams, dreams filled with the gentle echoes of forgotten worlds and the profound, beautiful peace of the unknown. Allow these thoughts to drift with you as you surrender to the tranquility of sleep, knowing that the greatest mysteries often bring the deepest calm, as the grand questions of forgotten civilizations and unseen influences gently echo in the spacious chambers of your mind, guiding you ever deeper into tranquility. We now reach a moment of serene contemplation, having journeyed through the astounding realm of out-of-place artifacts, from the micro-precision of ancient mechanisms to the macro-engineering of colossal structures. From metallic whispers of forgotten sciences to visual enigmas hinting at celestial encounters, and maps of worlds long lost, what does this incredible tapestry of wonders truly mean for us, here, now, as you prepare to drift into sleep? It means, dear listener, that our perception of history, our understanding of human potential, and our place within the vast, silent cosmos are far more profound, far more beautiful, and far more mysterious than we have ever dared to fully imagine. These artifacts are not merely curiosities to be solved. They are silent guides, inviting us to shed the rigid confines of conventional narratives and to embrace a broader, more expansive view of existence itself. They are invitations to soften our certainties and to open our hearts to the boundless what-ifs that populate our shared past. Consider for a moment the sheer resilience of truth, whispering through the ages, refusing to be silenced by the shifting sands of time or the convenient rewriting of history. Each Oopart we have explored is a testament to this resilience, a physical piece of evidence that the story of humanity is rich with forgotten chapters, filled with unexpected ingenuity, and perhaps touched by influences we are only now beginning to dimly perceive. This profound realization is not a cause for alarm or agitation, but rather a deep, peaceful invitation to wonder. It is a quiet reassurance that the universe is far more imaginative than our textbooks have allowed. The true beauty of these mysteries lies not in finding all the definitive answers, for some truths are meant to remain partially veiled, but in the peaceful acceptance of the questions themselves. It is in the gentle embrace of the vast, unexplored possibilities that lie within our own past within our own genetic code, and within the boundless cosmos that surrounds us. To realize that history is not a closed book with all its pages turned, but an ever-unfolding scroll with countless chapters yet to be discovered, fills the heart with a quiet excitement, a gentle curiosity that naturally soothes the soul and prepares it for restful slumber. Imagine the countless discoveries yet to be made, lying patiently beneath desert sands, within ocean depths, or hidden in plain sight, waiting for the right moment, the right mind, to bring them forth. This continuous nature of discovery, this endless frontier of knowledge, reminds us that the human journey is one of perpetual learning and revaluation. It is a journey we undertake not with fear of the unknown, not with the anxiety of solving every puzzle, but with a serene sense of awe and open-mindedness, allowing the revelations to unfold at their own pace, enriching our understanding of the universe one mystery at a time. These ancient wonders, these silent witnesses from a forgotten epoch, gently reinforce the idea that the unknown is not something to be feared, but to be embraced with an open heart and a wondering mind. The gaps in our historical records are not voids to be hastily filled, but spaces brimming with potential, inviting our imagination to softly explore. They suggest that our ancestors, far from being primitive, were capable of feats that challenge our most advanced modern thinking, and that, perhaps, their lives were connected to forces and knowledge far grander than we currently acknowledge. This expanded perspective fosters a profound sense of humility and interconnectedness, making the vastness of time and space feel less daunting and more inviting. This contemplation allows us to find a deep, abiding peace in the acceptance of vast, unexplored historical possibilities. It's a quiet reassurance that the universe is rich with secrets, and that our own planet holds narratives more astonishing, more intricate, and more meaningful than any fiction. This expanded view of our past doesn't diminish our present achievements, but rather enriches it, connecting us to a lineage of innovation and wonder that spans unimaginable stretches of time. It broadens the horizon of what humanity is and what it might have been, leading to a profound sense of interconnectedness with all of existence. Let this understanding settle gently around you now, like a warm blanket of cosmic dust, woven from the starlight of distant galaxies and the ancient stones of Earth. Feel the connection to all those who have lived before, to all the civilizations that have risen and fallen, leaving behind these poignant, beautiful clues for us to ponder. Your mind, now quieted and expanded, can rest in the knowledge that the universe is far stranger, more intricate, and more magnificent than any single story could ever tell. This awareness brings a profound sense of perspective, helping to dissolve the smaller worries of the day. This journey through Ooparts has not been about demanding definitive proof or inciting debate, but about sparking a gentle flame of curiosity, an internal invitation to consider the boundless. It encourages you to find comfort in the questions, to be at peace with the grand unknowns, and to allow your consciousness to float freely and without resistance in the ocean of history's depths. There is a deep, comforting peace in acknowledging the immensity of what remains to be understood, a peace that transcends the anxieties of the everyday world and offers a haven for your restless thoughts. The wisdom gleaned from these ancient artifacts is not found in concrete answers, but in the gentle, expansive feeling of possibility they evoke. This quiet journey has broadened your perspective, allowing you to see the familiar world through a lens of ancient marvels, finding wonder in every shadow and every unexplained detail. As you sink deeper and deeper into relaxation, this new understanding becomes a part of you, a soft hum of cosmic wonder, preparing you for a night of restorative dreams. Dreams filled with the gentle echoes of forgotten worlds and the profound, beautiful peace of the unknown. Allow these thoughts to drift with you as you surrender to the tranquility of sleep, knowing that the greatest mysteries often bring the deepest calm. And now, as this long journey through the marvels and mysteries of our ancient past gently comes to a close, allow these final thoughts to settle like soft stardust upon your spirit. You have embarked on a profound exploration, delving into the very depths of history. And as you prepare to surrender to the tranquility of sleep, know that the greatest discoveries often begin in the quietest moments of contemplation. The artifacts we've encountered tonight, the intricate gears, the colossal stones, the whispers in metal, the echoes in art, and the maps of forgotten worlds, each one is a gentle invitation, a silent reassurance that there is so much more to wonder about, so much more to peacefully accept in the grand tapestry of existence. This journey wasn't about finding quick answers, but about finding comfort in the questions, about embracing the beautiful unknown. It was about allowing your mind to expand, to gently push the boundaries of what you believed possible, and in doing so, to find a deeper sense of calm and perspective. As you close your eyes, let the image of an ancient world, teeming with forgotten knowledge and silent wonders, lull you into a dream-filled sleep. If this quiet exploration has touched your spirit, if it has sparked a gentle flame of curiosity within you, or helped you find a moment of peace, I invite you to share a part of this experience with our growing community. Very few make it to the very end of such a deep dive, and your dedication speaks volumes about your open heart and inquisitive mind. As a quiet signal of your journey to the very end, perhaps you might leave a special phrase in the comments below. Dreams of ancient worlds. When I see that phrase, I will know you are one of those rare souls who truly understands the beauty of these mysteries. Your words inspire all of us who share this path of wonder, and if you feel that someone else, a dear friend or a beloved family member, could also benefit from this calming journey, if they too might find peace in contemplating the mysteries of our past, consider sharing this video with them. Your simple act of sharing can be a bridge, connecting others to this tranquil space of wonder, helping them to also drift into dreams of forgotten secrets, to continue receiving these deep dives into ancient enigmas, and to be part of our community of thoughtful explorers who value wisdom and quiet contemplation. I gently invite you to subscribe to the channel. It's not just a click, it's a commitment to your own journey of discovery, an affirmation that you wish to keep exploring the profound depths of history with us. By subscribing, you ensure you don't miss out on what we are building here together, a sanctuary of knowledge and peace. Thank you for allowing me to be your guide tonight. Congratulations on your dedication to making it this far. It shows your commitment to seeking truth and finding calm in the vastness of the unknown. Now, take a moment for yourself. Let this gentle melody guide you as you absorb all we've talked about today. Allow these ideas to settle softly in your heart, preparing you for a night of restorative dreams.